All right, so another Rebel News video that I'm looking at, and it says Alberta to lift COVID measures next week, starting with the vaccine passport. So strangely, Jason Kenney is deciding that it's just about time to start getting a plan into place where we can see if we can start easing the restrictions on the COVID measures, and we can start letting people get back to their regular daily business. And he's doing it just as there was a blockade by truckers at the Coots Crossing, which is putting a serious dent into the travel and into the flow of products into the province. Well, that's rather convenient, isn't it? That's rather convenient. And if I am the truckers that are there, if I am all the people that are protesting, I'm going to say, that's great. We're here until that happens in full. In full. Because let me tell you something about people in charge. People in charge lie. They lie all the time. I remember back, this is many, many years ago. We're talking like 25 years ago. I had a job, and they were instituting some changes at that job where it was going to make it more difficult for us to do our job. And they knew it was going to make it more difficult, but it's something that they wanted to do because they wanted to change the structure, and it would help head office and their plans for sort of future development and things like that. So they sent their person in, and he comes in and he's standing there in his suit and his tie, and he says, "Oh, we really appreciate the sacrifices that you all are going to be making, and it's going to be hard, but you guys are so good and so talented and so amazing that you'll be able to do it, and that's why we've chosen you for this, because if there's one group that can do it, it's you guys. And if it goes well, which we think it will, we're sure it's going to go well because you guys are so awesome. If it does go well, we're looking at maybe offering some extra bonuses, either financial or otherwise, to really thank you for all the hard work that you guys have put in." And after he's done his little spiel and his to do, he turns around and he leaves. And then a bunch of people in the business were like, "Oh, that'll be cool. Yeah, we'll get our bonuses and we'll get a little extra money and we'll get this." And I turned to the guy who was the boss at the time in the location, and I said, "We ain't getting shit." Okay. He said that because he's standing here facing us and he's going to have a freaking riot on his hands. So he says, "Hey, everybody, look at this big shiny thing over here. Won't this be neat?" And then everybody goes, "Yeah, that's so darn neat. I think that shiny thing is the greatest thing that I've ever seen." And then once he gets out that door, he's just like clapping his hands. Woo, excellent. Dusting those hands off. Mission accomplished. We got those saps to freaking buy into it without rebelling on us. So sure enough, over the next few months, everything went swimmingly. We made the changes and everybody got into their new groove, as always happens with every change. Okay. Did we ever get anything? Any little doodad, any little attaboy, any bonus, $10 on the paycheck? No, I got nothing. It was never mentioned again. So when Jason Kenney comes out during the time of a protest, when truckers are stopping goods and services from getting across the border, and he says, "Hey, it's time to start easing those restrictions, and we're going to start by doing it with the kids, and because they've been so affected, and we're going to try to put a plan in place that does things in the quickest way possible," and so on and so forth. You know what I say the quickest way possible? You're the freaking premier of BC. You just come out and you say, "That's it. Restrictions are done now. Cut them all. Stop them. You've got the power." Boom. It's done. So when they say we're going to get a plan in place and this and that, it's like, no, you haven't done shit. You haven't done shit. You're not going to do shit. You just want to get those people away from the border so that you can get control of the situation again. And until he actually acts upon this to the fullest extent, if I am the truckers, I am not moving. And I know people say, "Oh, it's easy for you to say because your job isn't on the line. You're not risking going to jail." And I'm saying this, I have freaking quit my job through this COVID thing because of these restrictions and because of the mandates. I have said, no, I'm not taking part in it. Okay. Whether or not I get vaccinated or not is nobody's business. And whether or not I did doesn't affect the fact that I will not support a system of segregation. So I say, go truckers, keep that thing locked down until this son of a bitch clears everything away and lets everybody get back to business as usual.